Hello everyone, Janet here, getting ready to send out my secret squirrel box for January. The theme this month was soft winter romance, and the colors were shabby silver, vintage pink, vintage turquoise, and winter white. So I just love the theme for this month. And so this is the box that I made. And I started out with a box that I got at Tuesday morning, and it looked like this, except for it had the chandelier on it. So it was the brownish color and had the brownish glass. So that's what I started out with. So I painted it with silver leaf and Martha Stewart brand, and it was at Michael's. So I painted the whole box with that. And this is a window here, but it was kind of an opaque window, and it was pretty brown like the other box. So on the back of the window on the other side, I just used some silver rub and buff to kind of give it that silvery color coming through. And I also used a little glossy accents on the chandelier where the light bulbs are. And then all of these things are just actually different things left over from Christmas, the pine cones. I believe most all of this stuff, the pink crystals, they all came from Michael's at the Christmas time. And the feathers came from Michael's. I used feathers all in them. I just thought that really added to the soft look. This was in the beaded section at Michael's. I bought that a while back. And this is one of those knobs that also are at Michael's. So I put that on to lift the box up. And then I actually, this time, I printed on crepe paper to get the winter romance, and I've done that on ribbon and other things in other videos that I've done. And this trim here is some trim that I had found at a thrift store years ago. It's very vintage trim, the silver around the edge. So, and then around the edge I used this trim. I've had it for quite a while. I think I got it from Michael's quite a while ago. And the pink lace there. And then on the bottom I also used the door knobs, or the knobs, cabinet knobs from Michael's. Wasn't going to take any chances this time. It seems like the last couple boxes I've done, the legs fall off in shipping. So these are actually screwed on, and they come all the way through. I'll show you on the inside, but didn't want to take any chances, so I think those puppies are on there. Hope so. Anyway, so the box just opens up like this, and on the inside, because the background had the rub and buff, I just wanted to kind of go with the winter theme, and I felt like ice skating really did that. And so I took this image off the computer and I printed it onto a vinyl cling and then cut around it and just placed it right over the back of the glass. And then I trimmed it out with some different trims, and this little silver tinsel also came from Michael's in their Valentine's section, and I kind of had a little gap there, and that worked perfectly to cover that up. And then more of this pink lace, that's from the Lost and Found collection. And then just a flower and a stick pin and a couple of items. I couldn't really make the inside real thick because there's not as much room on this part of it. So, and on the inside, my partner is Janice Ferguson from Texas, and she loves flowers and lace, so guess what she gets. So hope she'll have fun with that. And also I made a little, well, first of all, those keys at Michael's, I altered this. When I first originally got the inspiration to alter keys from Nancy at Goin' Crazy on YouTube, and she had done a video on altering keys, and I've had fun ever since then doing different keys. And in this instance I just decoupaged it with a napkin. Well, first it was more of a goldy brown key, so I did the rub and buff on it, and then I decoupaged it with a napkin and added some pink embossing and the Tim Holtz brown embossing and some more gray, silver rub and buff on it, and added some seam binding and a little charm and some antique lace and a Wild Orchids Crafts flower. It just makes such a nice little gift. So she's going to get that. And then I'm sending some extra goodies, and I just love this fabric. I found it at Joann's. I just thought it was so pretty. I just had to do something with it. So I just made this little pouch purse. This handle was actually a necklace that I got on clearance at Penny's after Christmas. It was really inexpensive, and I thought, oh, that'll make such a pretty handle on that purse. So then I just made the purse out of that beautiful fabric, and I made this flower. It's a lollipop flower using the satin and some other fabrics in there and some pearl trim. And I just lined the inside with a soft pink. So it's just, I don't even have a pattern. I just kind of made it up just as something to stick some extra goodies in. I hope she'll enjoy it. I was kind of ended up going with more of the glamour glitter look this time, and I had fun with it. And then the other challenge was to make a calendar. So this is the base for my calendar. I don't know if you can see her. She's it's a dress form. I used a silver candlestick down here, and the top part was one of those dress form paper mache, just this part right here from Michael's. So on that I covered it with a napkin also, and actually painted it pink first, then covered it with the napkin and used some glimmer mist, wrapped some trim all around it, some more trim, some lace. This was a necklace from the 99-cent only store. And then what I did to hook it all together is, this is one of the cameos from the 99-cent only store. But in this, it was bronze, so I rub and buffed it silver because I wanted to keep it the silver and pink look. I ran a wire with a clip on the back here. So the calendar is going to go there, and I'll show you that in a minute. And I ran a wire all the way through this little clip, all the way down through here, all the way through the dress form, and then I pulled it out of the bottom of the dress form, and I made a little circular thing in the wire, and then stuck it down inside the candle holder. And I used E6000 and hot glue to get it in there. So it seems pretty secure. So I'll show you the calendars that I made. So the theme was to do calendars, but she could actually, she's got an adorable little granddaughter, she could end up putting a picture of her granddaughter in that if she wishes to. So the calendar just fits in back here like that, and she can just change them out every month, or like I say, she can put pictures in them or just leave it plain, whatever she wants to do. So I used Webster's pages on all of the calendars. This is for February, and she likes Webster's pages, so I ended up using all of those. And then for the calendar part, I did that in my print shop, and I printed it on transparency, and I used the method that I showed in the last video of where I take it out of the printer and it's still wet, and then I use my embossing powder clear, and I go ahead and emboss it and then heat set it. And I really wanted the paper to show through, so that's why I did it that way, and then I ended up stitching just around some of the sides to hold it on. So that turned out nice, and I'll show you the rest of the calendars. Here is March and April and May and June, July, August, September, October, and November. And I also have December somewhere. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you. See you later.